something might be hindering. Satan might be hindering the spirit, man. Might just do a regular one. Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honor to the elder apostle of Great Millstone. And salutations to you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. It's your brother Kanakala here, GMS Tampa 07, GMS Rai.
GMS Abad. It's Abadiah, GMS Tampa 07.
Alright, and we just decided to do a live show through the spirit. Feeding the flock, so to say. Being diligent. And I'm just start off, this is 1 Peter 4 verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Alright, so judgment is going to begin here at, with the brothers that's calling themselves Israelites, mainly GMS. I'm be completely honest with you, because we the only ones really preaching the truth. All right, so we're the best of the worst, so to say. All right. So judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. It says, and what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right. So the reason why I brought out that scripture is that, okay, brothers gotta examine themselves, and because the Most High he's gonna get rid of any leaven within the house of David. Communication through telepathic influence commence the reassertion. All right, the Most High. He's gonna get rid of any leaven within Israel. All right, because we can't bring that to the kingdom.
God.
Okay, so you brothers gotta stay diligent, constantly examine yourselves, and pretty much, you're gonna get sought out if you're not really in this thing, or if you're being lukewarm. That's why the Spirit was on the head apostle for the last week. Every week he just been talking about lukewarm. All right, so with that being said, we gotta constantly examine ourselves, and because there's no human error in the spirit. All right, there's no human error. All right, you know how you have an accountant, they might miss something, like might miss a number here and there, and let some things pass by. But we're talking about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai here. All right, so the Most High is gonna pretty much arrow in on you and expose you if you're not right, or if you're being lukewarm. All right. There's no human error in the spirit at all. So the Most High, I'm going to bring out this next scripture. This is Matthew's, bear with me, Matthew's chapter 10 verse 26. Fear not therefore, for there is nothing covered.
Go ahead, brother.
That shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known.
God.
All right, so like I said, there's no human error within the spirit. All right, the Most High, if you're not really in this thing, if you're not being fervent, if your heart is not fully in this thing, you're not gonna just slip by on the chariot and make your way in.
That's right.
All right, there's many camps out here. There's many camps, many brothers. And when I say many, I mean that parabolically, all right, because they're really on 144,000. But there's many brothers out there, all right. But the Most High is not a man that he shall lie, all right. The scriptures say, let me get this is Galatians 5 verse 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, all right. So the Most High gonna get rid of the smallest inch of leaven within the nation of Israel. All right, you're not going to just slip by and make it into the kingdom. The scriptures speak about those being crept in unaware.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna finish off on this. It said, "Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known." All right, So you can't hide from the Most High. If you're not fully in this thing, if you're not really being fervent, if your mind is pretty much not really on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're not going to be able to fake the funk, all right? You're not going to be able to fake it, then end up in a chariot and be like, be looking around at brothers like, damn, like shit, I made it. I knew I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, but shit, I still made it on the chariot. Once again, that's going back to, hey, there's no human error with the spirit, man. There's no human error with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. There's no human error. The scripture, the Most High is going to seek you out. The scripture say the Most High's eyes is 10 times brighter than the sun. You got something you want to say, brother?
No, you keep on with
all
that.
All right, con. And I'm gonna go with this is what the elder apostle been on, all week after week after week. It's Revelations 3 verse 14. And unto the angel of the church of Laodiceans write these things with these things saith Amen, the faithful and the true witness in the beginning of the creation of the Most High. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. Seeing thou, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Alright, so the Most High is not a man that he should lie. Alright, so if you're not really in this thing, like in your mind, you're not really in this thing, man, the Most High is going to get rid of you. Alright? And the elder apostle has been saying it for the longest. Alright, so pretty much what you gotta do is examine yourselves. Hey, ask the Most High, man, to put the spirit on you. Ask the Most High, hey, use me as a vessel to feed the flock. All right, I love you, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Why don't you use me to feed the flock? All right. If you love, the scripture says, if you love me, feed the sheep. All right. And we're at the end, man. What more now? What more now than to be diligent than ever? All right. What more now? We're at the end, man. We should be happy. We should be on fire, pushing. It's constant. Prophecies coming to pass for brothers to make videos on. All right, constant prophecies going past, man. The scriptures say, rather that ye may prophesy. It's always work. The scriptures say the harvest is plenty, but the labors are few. It's so much work out there, man. It's so much work to be done. You can never do enough. It's so much work out there. But only a few are out there laboring. All right? That's why scripture say only a few shall be saved, all right? You good?
Yeah. I just want to the brother brought out 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. And that verse basically said that Heavenly Father is going to start his judgment at the house of Israel. And the reason why he's going to start with the house of Israel, because all things was created for our sakes. The earth, for one, was created for our sakes. The 144,000, the elect, first and foremost, who helped Yahweh shine in the beginning. And then you had the 2/3 who basically was ordained from the beginning as well, who was going to perish and fall off. If you look at the whole history of Israel, we kept going off as a nation, committing adultery, treason against our own countrymen. You see, David's own son tried to kill him. So we have a lot of blood on our hands as well, the whole entire nation. And with that being said, the Heavenly Father, he's going to punish us first and foremost. And then the heathen nation is going to get theirs as well. This is Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Communication through telepathic influence commence to reassert the adversary clan, walking the burning sands of Sudan.
It said, hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Yasha'Allah, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, because the children of Israel walked from Egypt into the land of Canaan, which was then turned to the land of Israel after we defeated the Canaanites. So today America is also known as Egypt, okay, spiritually, because Egypt means bondage, because the so-called white man at that time, who would be Alexander the Greek and the Greco-Romans, they knew that that was the place where the children of Israel were held captive first. So that's why they called it Egypt. Egyptos, which means bondage. So the Lord said, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Then he goes to say, can two walk together except they be agreed? Because Yahweh Shai is on fire for this thing. Yahweh Shai said, "No, you not." He said, "No, you not that I'm. Wish ye not that I'm about my father's business." He told his mother when she came looking for him during the time of the Passover when he was in the temple with the doctors and the teachers, man. He was 12 years old doing the work, man. So Yahweh Shah was fervent. He was hot for. So how can two walk together if they're not like minded? Yahweh Shah said, "Be ye like minded, man." So you have to look at the path of Paul. Paul was fervent, man. Paul he went all over. That's what all his epistles was for. All his epistles he wrote was for Israelites who was in those lands. Okay, so he was hot. If you're being warm or if you're being cold, Yahweh Shah gonna spew you out. Okay, because we all are living sacrifices. Yeah, and don't nobody like any cold food, especially if it's supposed to be cooked. So we are supposed to be living sacrifices for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That means that we can't be we can't serve ourselves to him cold. We have to come hot, fervent and seasoned as well. Okay, that goes with eating that whole roll and constantly feeding your spirit by reading the Bible. Because the words inside this book. This is the bread. This is the water of life. This is the wine of Yahweh Shai. All right, you're constantly supping and feasting. The elder Apostle Kabar, he just did a sit down not too long ago, and it basically said sup.
Shalom.
And when you dealing with that word sup, that means Yahweh Shai, they're feeding you eating. All right. So if you're not fervent in this truth, the Most High is gonna spew you out. He's starting with his nation first. He's starting with the elect first. All right, those who are of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped. So you're not supposed to take a lot of this thing that you're doing, knowing that you've been ordained from the beginning of the world, knowing the atrocities and the trouble and the curses we had to go through and endure for being known as the children of Israel, Yasha Allah. Okay.
I got the brother Ash on the phone. Yo, shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, but Shima
Yeah, how about Shimi Ashab Barakatam?
Yeah, man, I was listening in on the live video that you brothers got going on. I just wanted to chime in. Like the brother Kanakala was saying, man, hey, it's the time to be fervent and on fire, man. Like, hey, through the spirit, these brothers can testify, man. I've been telling brothers for months now, man. The minimum.
Bare minimum may not make it.
Might not get you saved, man. Like, hey, this is the time, and it's been the time, man, to be in the spirit, to be pushing out the word, to do the best that you can to make your calling and election sure, man. Because we don't know if we're gonna be saved.
That's right.
But the least you can do is strive for that salvation. You got all these bullshit distractions going on in the world right now. With Donald Trump to bitches to fucking cars to the sloppy joes at the neighborhood spot. You got all kinds of distractions right now, man, and it's time to fucking distractions, man. Hey, say fuck that shit, man.
Yo,
go ahead.
I got a precept. You kind of going in the spirit I was going, so I'm gonna bring it out for you. This is Galatians 5 verse 1. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Yahweh Shai hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage.
Hey, what was that yoke? That yoke of bondage that we were entangled with, man. We were entangled with this world, pleasing men, pleasing, these worldly lust. Hey, but through the spirit that Yahweh Shai gave us, man, you gotta let them things go, whether it be instantly or slowly. But you have to let them go. There's no option. It's either you love Yahweh Shai or you love the world. Okay, you can't serve two masters. It's not a time to be tap dancing around this truth, man. Whether you in it or you not, man. Whether you actually pushing out edification or you just doing videos to make videos, man. Because you got scoffers out there making a couple videos a day, but where's the edification in it? Where's the prize going to come out of scoffing? Nowhere in the scriptures does it say to scoff and you're going to receive salvation, okay? And the same thing with the lukewarm dudes, man. Being lukewarm, making one video a week, 2 videos a week, which the apostles did give the decree to make 2 videos a week, but man, that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. Hey, that's like the teacher telling you, which are the apostles, you gotta make a D+ to pass.
Right.
So are you gonna count on that D+ to get you by, or are you gonna do the best you can to get better than D+?
You gonna have a weak GPA by the time you're a senior. Next thing you know, no college is gonna want you, so you're not gonna get chosen.
No college wants you with with C's, all C's.
All C's.
C's is the bare minimum. So what college is gonna be like? Oh, well, he made all C's, so no. And that's the bare minimum. 2 videos. All right.
There's no ambition there. No ambition at all.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't put in much effort. All right. That's what the bare minimum is. He didn't put in much effort. All right.
Right.
So, you know, that's what the brother's saying.
And the scripture says wisdom is the principal thing.
That's all I wanted to chime in with.
Oh,
me and the brother about to make a video. So,
all right, brother.
Yahweh Shema Shai Barakatah,
Makiam. Yahweh Shema Shai Barakatah. Shalom.
Come.
That's the brother Asher. But I'm going to bring that precept out again. This is Galatians 5 verse 1. Stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith Yahweh Shai hath made us free. All right, Yahweh Shai has made us free. All right, it says, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. So, like Elder Gabar said one time, he said the force of this world is strong. It'll draw you back in. All right, you go 1 day without reading, 2 days without reading, then all of a sudden your spirit's all jacked up. All right, you don't feel like you pretty much you don't feel like you're in the spirit no more. All right, because you're not constantly reading. All right. The scriptures is known as the water, all right? You go a whole day or 2 without water. Watch how your body feels, all right? Same thing with the spirit. The spirit the same way. Go a day or 2 without reading. Then when you get to camp, you can't bring out 1 precept, all right? You can't bring out 1 precept, or you're not really seeing much, all right? And hey, and I'm speaking on myself before. It's been in the past, I done did the same thing. Go to camp. You feel that you're not in the spirit because you've been being lukewarm throughout the week, man. All right. But now is that time to wake up. All right.
You at camp and you feel out of place, but you're around the Akim, but you know your spirit's not right because all week you haven't been doing any work.
Exactly.
So you just standing off on the sidelines, just not doing like Elder Apostle Hart said, Rum like to say, you just standing there with your thumb in your ass, man. And it shows, you know. Just because men don't speak on the matter doesn't mean that Yahweh Shem Shai doesn't see your works.
And that's what I brought out in the beginning.
That's what matters the most, man.
No leaven is going to make it into the kingdom. All right, you're not going to slip by with being lukewarm. All right, you're going to be sought out. All right. You're going to be sought out, man. It's plain and simple. There's no human error in Yahweh Shem Shai. There's no human error. There's no human error. The scriptures say that the eyes of the Most High 10 times brighter than the sun. All right, and it says I'm gonna go back to Galatians 5 and 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. All right, so you gotta constantly just be in the spirit, constantly renewing yourself and stand diligent. All right, the scriptures say, "Blessed is he that readeth." Just reading every day, that will keep you in the spirit. Just reading a chapter or verse every day. Cause why? Then you're gonna go on to the next chapter and the next chapter, and the spirit dealing with you. You gonna get all. You gonna keep reading, keep going on, man. All right. The scriptures say, man, my yoke is easy, man. This is not hard. All right. It all boils down to: are you really in this truth, or are you of the world? Do you want to serve the world, or do you want to be in the truth? It's simple, man. It's simple. All right. It says, I have confidence in you through the Lord that ye will be none otherwise minded, but he that troubleth you shall bear his judgment, whosoever he be. All right. And who trouble us? We got a sitcom of scoffers right now, man. Jackload of scoffers, man. They got nothing else better to do but dedicate their lives and their whole page to coming at the men of the Most High. All right, they're not coming at other camps, but the other camps are not. They don't have the truth. All right, we're the standard. All right, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're the standard, man. All right, it says, and I, brethren, if ye preach circumcision, why do I yet suffer persecution? Then is the offense of the cross ceased. All right. the Yahweh Shai, the scripture say, be ye doers of the word, be ye not hearers of the word, but doers as well. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So the Lord was when it say I preach circumcision. All right, circumcision is the law. So Paul was preaching other law. All right, Paul was preaching the law, but it says, furthermore, why do I yet suffer persecution? Then is the offense of the cross cease. Then is the offense of the cross cease. All right, because then that's being justified by the law. All right, but we're being justified by faith in Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, I would they were even cut off which trouble you, for brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not the liberty for occasions of the flesh. All right, so this is that grace period. All right, so it says, use not the liberty occasion to the flesh. Every day you wake up, that's why it's a glory. It's one benefit of being in the flesh is you're able to pretty much serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. What can I do for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai today? That's the benefit of being in the flesh.
Conquering the flesh.
Exactly. You're able to prove yourself. You're able to correct yourself. All right. You're able to resist evils. All right. You're able to serve him in the flesh. That's one of the main benefits of being here. So it says, only use not liberty for occasion of the flesh, but by love serve one another.
Communication through telepathic influence commence to reassert the adversary clan, walking the burning sands of Sudan.
Fight and devour one another. Take heed that ye be not consumed of one another. This I say, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. If you walk in the spirit, you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. What's the spirit? John 6:63. These words I speak to you, they are spirit, they are truth. So if you walk after these words, you shall not lust after the flesh, man. It's real simple, man. I'm telling you, if you really indulge yourself into these scriptures, the lust of the flesh will just continue to just slowly like drift away to the point where what the things the flesh desire are being overwhelmed with the spirit. All right, your mind has control over your body. All right, so if you walk after the spirit, after these words, then it says, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All right, but you got to stay diligent so you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. It's that simple. And continue on. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to one. It's like it's contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Okay, so the spirit and the flesh are completely contrary to another. That's why in the book of James, let me get that real quick. It says, James, I'm gonna start at 1 verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. All right, so that's your flesh. So when you get your ass chastised, that's because of you, man. All right, I'm gonna go back to that. This is Galatians 5 verse 16. I'm at verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So it says you cannot do the things that you would. All right, so I'm gonna go back to James 1 verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High, for the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he by any man. All right, so that's you. All right, that's you letting your flesh take control over you. All right, that's you. So you can't blame nobody else but you or why you got destroyed. All right, why you going off? The judgment is nigh, man. I brought out the first scripture to say judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Those that call themselves Israelites, judgment is going to begin at you. So if you get jacked up and caught up in these last days, or spewed out, it's because your actions, man, because of what you done.
Or what you didn't do.
Oh, exactly, or what you didn't do. All right. But then again, like it say, it cannot. The spirit lusts out of flesh. Therefore, you cannot do the things that you would. All right. So, like the brother said, even though what you didn't do. All right. So it's all on you. Even though there is no free will. The scripture say, "Let no man say when he is tempted of the Most High, because the Most High cannot be tempted to evil."
That's right.
All right. Because that was on your spirit. That was on your mind to do the things that you want to do. All right. That was on your mind to fulfill the lust the lust of the world, of the flesh, to fill your belly. That was on your mind. So therefore now you lukewarm. All right, that's one of the main reasons why a brother be lukewarm. The second, this is not for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for you. All right, this wasn't for you. All right, because why? Your mind is not fully in it. This not really. You're just barely hanging on. You're just hanging on. All right. Let me know when you want to come in, bro. I'm just flowing. It says
Spirit.
Go back and it says, this is back in Galatians 5 verse 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders. It's a lot, brothers. Envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I also told you in the time past, that ye which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. All right. So you're not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Now go back to what I've been saying this whole time. There's no human error in the spirit. The Most High is going to search you out, seek you out, and get rid of you. That's why brothers, admonishing brothers, exhortation, brother, come on, get ready, all right? Stay focused, and that's love, all right? Scriptures say, open rebuke is better than a secret love, all right? So a brother gonna respect you and love you if you tell him his offenses, all right? Shalom, GMS Street, on Street 34. The brother's he's gonna respect you, all right? So, and I'm gonna keep going. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Yahushua have crucified the flesh with the affections of lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. All right, and we know who come to mind when we read that scripture. Let us not be desirous of vainglory. Desirous of vainglory. What are you desiring? Constantly nitpicking and scoffing. That's vainglory, man. What is your main purpose? But what are you prophesying anything?
Communication through telepathic influence commenced to reinsert the Babylonian clan, walking the burning sands of Sudan, accompanied by a clan of Ethereans who seek through the Sumerian tablets psychological.
If not, I'm finna change the spirit up.
Go ahead.
This is Luke, chapter 21, verse. I'm gonna start at 34, and matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 27. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud and with the power and great glory, and then these things begin to come to pass. Then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So, not right now is more time than ever, man. Brothers should be pumped up, man. Happy, exhortation, man. Condemning. All right, brothers should be pumped up, man. Pumped up, man, like no other right now, man. You see Donald Trump, all this shit going on with Donald Trump. You see mass uproars of the people. You see natural disasters, so to say, sinkholes everywhere. All right, we live down here in Florida. Florida is like the number one place for sinkholes, man. You drive down the road all sunk in. All right. And the scriptures tell you, if you read the book of Exodus, how the Most High opened up the ground and swallowed people up, man. About 3 years ago, that dude in Florida, his whole bed fell within the ground, man. Just his bed in itself. Man. His bed in itself sunk right, just a little circle where his room was, and he fell right in the floor. Tell me that ain't the Most High, man. Tell me ain't the Most High. And the brother Ash can testify, man. One of his homeboys, man. I met that Jake, man, about 3 weeks ago. I met him. This brother was in the midst of 3 prophets, man. He was in the midst of 3 prophets. He met 3 prophets. The brother Ash and Mayim told him the truth. He died Saturday, man. He died. The Most High took him out, man, quick. He died easily. Why? Because he didn't take heed to the word. The Most High is acting on it, man. All you brothers, man, you gotta get right, man. You gotta get fervent, man. The Most High is acting. It's acting. It's finna get shit finna speed up. It's finna get real spooky around here for you people and real dreadful. All right. That's why we make these videos. We do these shows to feed the flock, to keep the brothers going.
Communication through telepathic influence commence to reassert the adversary clan, walking the burning sands of Sudan, accompanied by a clan of Ethereans who seek the Sumerian tablets, psychological magician, apparition of the Tibetan manuscripts. My tongue splits to fit each hemisphere, metaphysical shapeshifter.
The continuous meal out there to constantly feed the brothers. That's why the brothers go out there out of love, man. Out of love. That's why the brothers go out there. For not just love for the brothers, but love for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And also the fear. Because I know if I don't take my ass out there, the Most High is going to destroy me. The Most High is going to destroy me. It's that simple. Alright? It says, so likewise, ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is nigh at hand. Alright? Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. So everything's going to be fulfilled, man. Everything's going to be fulfilled in this lifetime. You got people saying like, oh, yeah, I believe, you know, it's going to be the end, but I'll be long gone from now. No, in this lifetime, this thing is going to pop off. And we believe that through faith. We believe that through faith, man. That's all we got. We stretching off of faith. So that's really what this thing is based off of, is faith. All right, so if you want some kind of tangible evidence, or you wavering in your faith, like you don't really know if this is the truth, or it just wasn't given unto you. All right, let me get that scripture real quick. This is John 3 verse 27. It says, John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. All right. So you go back to the book of James, the 1st chapter. If any man lack anything, acts, you know, not wavering. All right. If you lack faith, if you lack knowledge and wisdom, understanding, man, ask the Most High for more knowledge and wisdom, understanding, man. Lord, how about you, give me more knowledge and wisdom, understanding, so I can feed my brothers. All right. Use me as a vessel so I can feed my brothers. Give me more knowledge. I want to serve. I want to feed the brothers. I want to serve you. Give me more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, so I can do that. And the Most High give it to you. Like this. He give it to you, man. You gotta be patient, but he'll give it to you. Alright? You'll be in the spirit, man. It's that simple. Okay? And you got something you want to bring out?
Go ahead. You go ahead. You spirit.
Alright, no, I'm saying, because I'm good on that. I pretty much brought out what I had to bring. If not,
you said you want to get into the Passover, then.
Oh, come on. Go ahead.
All right, come. Yeah, because basically right now, this is the time we're finna get into the Passover. And the Most High, he's going to get rid of a lot of people. Because there's always a sifting going on around the time of the Passover. And this is why we've been admonishing them brothers to stay diligent and stay in the spirit. A lot of brothers say that word, and people don't understand it when we say stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit means staying in the scriptures. Because just because you go out and do the work, you know, when you go out to camp, and you prophesying to people right, and you condemning people, that's just one aspect of it. As soon as you're not around the brothers, that's when you really become a soldier. The word soldier means solitary, so your everyday life is also a part of your apostleship. So you have to also live the word. So when you eat that roll becomes a part of you. You are what you eat. So if you eating that roll from the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then you also got to carry your cross. You got to bear your burdens as well, man. And sometimes our people, we tend to go into the world to try and get away from it. Like, okay, having a drink or something, or probably going out to play a little basketball with some jakes you knew in the world for a little bit. You know, I mean, you kind of jump into the matrix a little bit, but you got to jump back out. Because this is the time right now, man, where you need to be more headstrong than anything, because you have to be more in the spirit. rather to be more into the flesh, because the spirit's what's supposed to comfort you. If you end up with nothing but just with just your Bible and sackcloth upon your shoulders, man, the scriptures is supposed to fight you more than anything, though. All right, we understand you need shelter, you need clothing, you need food and water, but the one thing that really should sustain you is these scriptures. All right, and that's what's gonna comfort you. You gotta listen to the words of the scripture. It's called a comforter, man. But if you're not comforted in the comforter, you're not gonna do what the spirit wants you to do or would allow you to do. Because 9 times out of 10 the oil's been taken from you. Or you're losing the oil. So you become lukewarm. And if you don't have enough oil, then you can't turn up the flame on your lamp. You can't trim your lamp. And that's what happens. So you start to get lukewarm, and then you eventually get cold.
That fire just die out.
Because you're not constantly you can't constantly trim a lamp without oil. You have to keep getting oil by keep reading the scriptures.
If I could say this, speak on what the brother said. He said you gotta constantly. You need oil. You need oil for to trim your lamp. All right. It's not Yahweh Shai. Does not Mashiach means anointed. You anointed. That's oil. Crystal. That's oil. All right, it's Greek. All right, so with that being said, one of Yahweh Shai's title is the word of the Most High. All right, so this word is symbolic. It's oil too. So you need to continue to eat this, to stay in this word. All right, because that stay in this word that's the oil. All right, you need oil to trim your lamp. Okay, so this is the oil. This is the water. It's all parabolic talk here, man. All right, but it's only given unto certain men to understand. Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Because given on you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So the law, so the commandment is the lamp, which basically is going to guide you through the valley of the shadow of death. And now the commandment is that oil as well. And it also says reproof of instruction is a way of life. If you can't take reproof, if you can't follow instructions, then you're following the way of death. So you're not taking heed to the words inside these scriptures, man. So having a life of a scoffer, that's not coming in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. He's not supping with you. You're not eating from the same table that he's feeding us from. Okay? So then there you don't have any oil. So those are the individuals who become possessed by another spirit, but they come in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's why he said, those that say Lord shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. He said, get it. He said, get away from me, you workers of iniquity. I have not known thee. That's you scoffers out there. That's you people out there who's not taking heed of the word. That's not actually feeding the flock. When you feeding the flock, you gotta feed. When you feeding the animal, you gotta feed the animal what? Like every day or every other day. If you just feeding the animal twice a week, you just put on 2 videos twice a week. I mean, your animals are eventually gonna be malnutrition. You know, eventually your flock is gonna die off, man. Because Yahweh Shai is the head shepherd. We all are sheep as well. But the Most High deals with the balance. We are also known as shepherds as well, because we also got to go and feed the flock too. So you can't be feeding your own belly, like the brother say, man. Where you're living your own life to your own standards, but at the same time you want to try and live a double life by coming back to the scriptures where you seem as convenient. Oh, okay, only 2 videos, I can bear that. That's easy. That's nothing, man. And then especially when you put it in the time frame where you know that the week is almost up. That's not being diligent. That's just doing the bare minimum, man. If the spirit, you're supposed to be like a raging fire. The scripture says that our God, he's a consuming fire, man. A fire that consumes is constantly growing, is constantly eating. It's constantly eating away at. Okay? And that's what you're supposed to. You want to mortify your bodies from this world. And you want to be joined into Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua by being joined into him by these scriptures, because you're supposed to be married to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Because Yahweh, that's our husband, that's our maker. And we're that comely and delicate woman in Jeremiah chapter 6. So a man's gonna want his attention from his woman, and if you are giving attention to another lover, then that man's gonna become jealous, and then that right there is the beginning of fornication. It's spiritual fornication. So when you're more infatuated with Babylon, eventually you're not gonna want to come back to the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's what happens. So now you back on that path of darkness. Okay? That's all.
And that was when 7a, when that scripture, 7 more spirits come upon him more wicked than then you more worse off when you came in the truth. All right. So the thing is, man, is stay diligent and stay focused, man. Hey, and if you need help, man, call a brother or whatever. Reach out to brothers, man. That's what we're here for. Reach out to brothers. All right. You need some understanding. Do videos, build with brothers, man. That's how you stay fervent. All right, because you gotta hang around people that's like minded. All right, that's thinking the same thing you thinking. All right, if like in the world, I didn't smoke when I was in the world. I didn't smoke for a long time, but then when I started hanging out with people that smoke, then that's when I smoked when I was in the world. All right, because I started hanging around people that smoke. All right, so you gotta hang around brothers. All right, hang around brothers, and that's gonna keep you on track. All right, because you're like-minded. The things because if you notice, you be around brothers, something the brother might say might rub off on you. Like a brother got his kind of lingo, he say something, and then you pick up on that same thing. If you always around a brother or being around in the midst of brethren, that's why the scriptures say, it's nothing more greater than being around brother. What the brother Mayim said, that's why these niggas bug out. They don't listen to the brothers in the scriptures. Be in a congregation of holy men. Pretty much. You gotta be in a congregation of holy men. Alright? Be in a congregation of holy men, and hey, the lust of the world and all that worldly shit, if you hang around a nigga and he constantly talking about worldly shit, eventually that spirit gonna rub off on you, man. Alright? Then when you get around the brothers, you using all kind of street terms and nigga terms and shit. You know what I mean? Vice versa. I be on a two-way on the radio at a gig or something shit, and I be about to say shalom or I be on the phone with somebody and I be about to say Khan. I be catching myself about to say Khan quick. You know what I mean? Why? Because I'm constantly talking to my brothers. All right, I'm constantly interacting with my brothers. All right, so I gotta switch it out, and vice versa, man. So if you hang around niggas, man, you gonna, them nigga traits gonna come on you, man. All right.
I'm going back to the Passover real quick, cause that's what I want to get on. You gotta understand that Yahushua, he was that sacrificial lamb for us, which basically gave us passage for the elect to come back into the fold. So when you thinking about the Passover around the same time, that's when Yahushua was crucified. So this is the same. So this is the same time where you having a Passover, like there's gonna be a sacrifice, but you yourself is that living sacrifice that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is gonna use, because you're making yourself a living sacrifice for your own sins by also doing the word itself. Because Yahushua did the word because he was compelled by the Spirit to do it, and he knew he was gonna perish, just like we know that we may perish. So this is the time for you to build up your spirit by doing what? By constantly reading the scriptures, by constantly studying, by constantly walking and constantly examining yourself, man. Every day, every day that you're walking, that's you. Every day that you're walking and you in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, that's you constantly having to examine yourself. Especially when Esau running rampant with all these different laws, all these different shootings and killings and all these different distractions you have out here in this world. People they completely forgot about the war over there in Iran and Syria. Everybody's so focused on all these bills that Donald Trump is passing. But we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand how Esau works, man. We understand that the TV that's Esau's one of his devices against us. But Yahweh Shema Shai has given us devices that we can use for our apostleship. First and foremost, we have the internet, man. Internet is not fucking made, man, for no goddamn Facebook and all day. No fucking Instagram and all day. Excuse my Swahili, man. No Twitter. All that Snapchat shit. It's not made for that. It's for you to put up videos so that you can get the word out to other brothers throughout the whole world. Because the Most High know. And under Esau's word, rulership, You can't leave the country to go see you got brothers over in Kenya. You just showed me that GMS Kenya. I can't leave the country without Esau knowing what I'm about to do. So we have the line. We have the line that goes throughout the earth. We have that cord. We have the unicorn. So you're supposed to put up videos. The internet was made for the elect of Yasha Allah to put up those videos, man. Not for you to be bullshitting all fucking day, man. You're gonna have your days where you can, you may go into the world for a little bit, but constantly, man, you got 24 hours in a day, man, 7 days out the week. You mean to tell me you cannot have found enough time in one day to put up at least one video a day? You don't have to, but at least one video a day? I don't know why the Spirit keep having me going back to that, man. The Spirit just having me keep going back into that, man. But going back into the Yahweh being that sacrifice. This is on Colossians chapter 1, verse 20. And having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, now hath he reconciled. So Yahweh Shai died for the elect to be reconciled and be part of the apostleship. So his blood was only for the elect. So if you've been chosen to do the work, man, you're not supposed to take that lightly. You're supposed to make full proof of your ministry. Because you got 2/3 out here that has no clue absolutely what you are doing. But at the very same time, they can sense the Spirit. But the Most High just didn't give them the comforter to reveal unto them the truth behind the whole matter. Because even it said what you got something?
Oh no, go ahead.
You get John 14 and 17. Because even the Spirit of truth, what the world cannot receive. So Yahweh Shai was that sacrificial lamb during that Passover to atone for the nation of Israel, but the elect first and foremost. Because 2/3 are going to perish and die anyway. So the elect is going to bring back their kingdom. That's what he died for. That's why Yahweh Shai said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. Alright? So his blood was to cleanse the elect in the 1/3. Go ahead.
It's John 14, verse 17. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you.
So for you to even know this truth and to come and preach it under the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, first and foremost under the men of GMS, I would gladly have to say that through the Spirit and power. You have men of valor, of course, and other brothers, but the doctrine that GMS is preaching, if the Spirit is on you, that means Yahweh is supping with you, man. That's something not to take lightly. Because not even the word is out there. When you go on YouTube, you hear the name, you see the doctrine. There's tons of videos out there. But how come everybody's not flocking to the truth? Because they don't have that spirit. So you don't want to take that spirit off of you, man. And that spirit comes with him having to be that living sacrifice for us to be able to even obtain this knowledge, man. Okay? And that's what this Passover is all about as well, too. Having the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Abishai, which is based upon faith. It's all about faith. That's why we keep the Passover. And that's why it's a very solemn assembly. You can't go the whole year being a nigga and think you just gonna do the Passover and then your spirit's gonna be right. What in your mind make you think it's gonna be right? That's a very holy convocation right there. Go ahead.
I got a precept for the brothers. John 3 verse 20. I'm gonna start Revelation 3 verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. You know, I just brought that priest out because you was like, you know, if you got the spirit of truth, that means the Most High is dealing with you. All right. So that's like the brother said, it's the most. If you got this understanding, that means Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is dealing with you, man. So like the brother says, nothing to take lightly, man. You know, you've been called to the occasion, so to say. You've been called to the marriage. All right.
This is first. So like going back to Colossians chapter 1, verse I'm going to 21. And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now hath he reconciled, and the body of his flesh through death. So reconcile means to bring peace, to be at one in agreement with. So we're back at peace and we're back in agreement with Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, through his Son, who is the mediator, Yahweh Shai, in the body of his flesh through death, to present you holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight. Holy, to be separated. Unblameable. When you think about unblameable, let's go back to being unblemished. Because in order for you to sacrifice to the Heavenly Father, it has to be an unblemished lamb, well, a he goat of a year old. So we have to present ourselves as unblameable, meaning what? That you're not blemished, that you're not that you're constantly examining yourself, that you won't get caught out there doing some BS. But even if you're doing the wickedness, the Most High is going to bring it to light. All right. And unreprovable, meaning that you can't be reproved. Now, when I say you can't be reproved, that means that if you have to be reproved, it's because you did something out of ignorance. But if you're out there doing something with a conscious mind and knowing that it's wrong, but you're still gonna do it anyway, you're gonna be reproved through the Spirit. You know, you're gonna be exposed eventually. All right. But that's why he died. That's why he died for the elect's sake, so that they will not be unproven. You can see the brothers out there that's diligent, man. The brother Pashah from GMS True since 17, that brother's very diligent. Yardan's been diligent for a very long time as well. All right. I've been watching the brother Yakal as well too, over there in GMS San Francisco. All right. I really started with GMS Chicago 23, going way back to back to the days, man, when that was back over there on the corner. I mean, not on the corner, right there on the sidewalk, man. It used to be rain, sleet, snow, hell, all those times, man. Back when you had the head maestro of refried and tried, the Chicago Israelites, man. Back when they had him there. All right, those brothers, them brothers can't be reproved because they come in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. But we still in the flesh though, so you know we're gonna fall short always. All right. Now this is the point. Colossians 1:23. If ye continue in the faith, grounded and settled, meaning that you can't be moved because faith is the base of it all, man. It's impossible to serve the Heavenly Father without faith. So your faith is what's going to move you. That's fuel for your fire. And be not moved away from the hope of the gospel, which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, whereof I, Paul, am made a minister. Made a minister, meaning a servant. So in order for you to feed the flock, you have to work. You got to serve them. That's why you have waiters and servers at a restaurant. They serving the guests, the people that's sitting in. So you have to serve the sheep. You got to feed the sheep as well. And you also got to make yourself a prison to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right?
Paul spoke of being a prisoner of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? Ye are not your own. All right? You know how in the military, once you sign up with the government, hey, you're now military property, okay? So now, hey, you go out there and get hurt, pretty much the military is gonna get pissed off because now what? You're damaged property, all right? Because you going out there being careless, drinking, doing whatever the hell you want to do, then you get dishonorably discharged. Same thing with us, man. We're property. Do not the scriptures compare us to be soldiers? We're property of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, so you're not your own. You can't. You bought with a price. You can't go out there and do whatever you want to do. We are prisoners. All right, we're bound to this thing. All right,
I'm good.
That's it on that. All right, and if you got something else, I'm gonna close out with this. Is Titus 2:8. It says Titus like 1:9, holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. All right. That was like I think it was 2:8. Slacking. This Titus 2:8. Sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. All right. So we're speaking of sound speech. The sound speech is this gospel. These words that cannot be condemned, that he that is of contrary part may be ashamed. All right. Why he gonna be ashamed? Because he's not walking this life. Mm-hmm. He's not walking this walk of Yahweh Shai. All right. So that's why he gonna be ashamed. He that is contrary. All right. That's really why we got those major scoffers like that, because they're not doing the work. That's why they're so envious. Look on their page. Look, do you see one video of them out on the highways and byways? They're not. So that's why they're envious. All right. Because they're not walking the walk. They're not doing what we're doing. That's why they envious, man. Like, damn, them brothers so diligent. Them brothers GMS more diligent than anybody. So let me sit and talk about them. Because why? I envy them.
They're relevant.
I'm jealous.
They're relevant.
Exactly. All right? I'm jealous of them. They're doing it. They're perfect. All right, and when I say perfect, I mean perfect in Yahweh Shai. They're perfect. All right, and perfection. Don't everybody always take shots at the number one guy, the guy at the top, because they trying to find a flaw in him, so they can defame him, so to say, dethrone him, so to say. That's why they always nitpicking the person at the top, because they want to find something in him, because they jealous that he's at the top. How did he do that so well? Let me find something in him to
a kink in his armor.
Exactly. Let me find a kink in his armor.
Sorry, a chink.
All right.
Chink in his armor.
It says having nothing evil to save you. All right. So they have nothing evil to say us. If you're walking after the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, they have nothing evil to save you. All right.
Hey, you become unblameable.
Exactly.
Yep.
Unblemished. Why? Because you walking after Yahweh Shai. Your faith in Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
All right. But you know, with that, man, I'm gonna say all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth. In all sincerity and faith and honesty. And shalom to you, few sisters of Zion that's watching the videos as well. All right, in all sincerity. With that, we say, death to America, man.
DTA.
Shalom.
Shalom.